There's no yellow lying notebook with check boxes or a list like my name is Earl. No karma ledger keeping score, but there is a tour going on. Quiet, unglamorous, self-funded and unpublicized. I'm not texting anyone. I'm not showing up at doorsteps, but I feel it in my bones, in my stomach. This need to own the wreckage I left behind. This isn't an apology to the world. It's not a self-help infomercial. It's just one guy standing in front of a mental crime scene, finally saying, yeah, I did all that. I used to blame youth, like being young was a get-out-of-jail-free card. I blamed being drunk. I blamed being angry. I blamed capitalism, my parents, bad weather, Mercury in retrograde, whatever sounded cool that week. But most of the time, it was just me. Anxiety and depression dressed up like confidence and charm. A hollow man yelling over the static inside himself. I'm sorry for blaming you when it was really me. I'm sorry for pretending I didn't care when I was drowning. I'm sorry for choosing escape over explanation, for checking out instead of checking in. And yeah, I'm sorry for throwing a brick through that stranger's truck window back in 1992. I don't know who you are. I was angry at the world and your vehicle caught the shrapnel. This is the part they don't show you in the movies. The part after the alcohol and drugs leave your system and the hugs are over. The part where the guilt doesn't leave, even when the people tell you it's okay. Because it's not always okay. And even when it is, how the hell do you accept forgiveness from someone else when you haven't even figured out how to forgive yourself? I've had people tell me, it's alright man, you were going through it. But that doesn't make the damage disappear. I can still see the look in their eyes from back then. I can still hear the edge in their voice, the one they didn't think I noticed. Forgiveness is weird like that. You don't always get it in the form you want. You don't get the cinematic closure. You get awkward silences or vague messages, or worse, absolutely nothing. And you're left to fill in the blanks. Did they move on? Did they forget? Or are they just waiting for me to say it out loud? So here it is. I'm sorry. Not in a performative Instagram story way. Not in the language of therapy speak and self-preservation. I'm just fractured, tired, and honestly sorry. I'm sorry to the people I pushed away because I thought I was unlovable. I'm sorry to the friend I mocked because his feelings made me uncomfortable. I'm sorry to the family member I ghosted when they were trying to reach out to me. And I'm sorry to myself for believing that survival was the same thing as healing. I never thought I'd become one of those people who regrets things. I used to think regret was weak, that looking back was for people who peaked early. But now I know. It's not about weakness. It's about finally giving a damn. It's about realizing you left a trail of destruction behind and being willing to clean it up, even if nobody's watching. I've done things I can't undo. I've said things I can't unsay. And every once in a while, I'll get this wave of nausea in the middle of an otherwise decent day. And it's just a memory, a moment I wish I could rewrite. But I can't. There's no time machine. Only this weird liminal space between shame and peace. I've tried to outrun guilt. I tried therapy, tried distraction, tried reinventing myself with new clothes, places, new relationships. But the same old me shows up in the mirror, dragging the same heavy baggage. So now I'm just walking with it, touring the ruins. Just me, a few awkward dreams, and the occasional whisper saying, God, I really hope they're okay. This isn't martyrdom. It's not some humble brag about how enlightened I've become. I still screw up all the time. I still get defensive when someone tells me I hurt them. I still think about messaging people just to feel less haunted, but I don't. Because some apologies are for them and some are for you. And honestly, the ones I need the most are the ones I still can't say. Not because I'm too proud, but because I don't know if I deserve the grace I'm asking for. I want to forgive myself, not in a cheap way, not in a self-serving way, but in that real ugly way where you stop punishing yourself for being a broken human. I think about karma a lot. Not in like the cosmic scoreboard kind of way, but in the what kind of ripple did I create when I was too angry to care kind of way. I wonder who still limps from the emotional shrapnel I left in them. I wonder if I'm still bleeding out from wounds I won't admit are self-inflicted. Some days I feel like I've made peace. Other days, I'm still that scared kid in a grown man's body, trying to yell over the static in my own brain, and wonder why nobody's listening. But this is the work, this quiet, uncelebrated walk through your own bullshit, owning the mess, offering your regret to the wind, and praying to whatever's listening. hoping that your better days still outweigh your bad ones. I don't have a clean ending, no big insight, no final moral wrapped in a bow. Just this: I'm sorry, I'm trying, and I hope wherever you all are, you found peace, even if it didn't come with an apology. This has been Slack Signal X.